Hey folks, I'm Chris, and I'm your Commander Mechanic, and recently on the channel we hit a big milestone of 20,000 subscribers, and we're already well on the way to 25,000 subscribers thanks to all of you. Now, I put the word out on my Discord of what viewers wanted to see as a 20,000 subscriber celebration, and overwhelmingly, everyone said that they wanted a walkthrough of my favorite Commander deck. So, without further ado, a card-by-card walkthrough of my favorite deck, Too Many Gyrudas. I recently finished foiling out this entire deck, so let's appreciate the bling for a second. Now, let's start with the commanders. Since this is my favorite deck, I've got a few variations in here, from standard foil to halo foil new art to one of my favorites, a signed artist proof of the original art of Gyruda. That's right, it's got the artist proof back to it too. Very special. And of course, can't be complete without the serialized version of Gyruda either. This was a big get for me. For the basic lands, I chose the Phyrexian metal art lands. I like these a lot, but I'm always on the lookout for new ones. And the non-basic lands too. Some of them go from the original versions and original arts, the ones that you can't get foil versions of. I have a few in here that are even secret layer versions of art too, which are pretty fancy. I try and avoid the secret layer arts as much as possible throughout this deck, but some of them are really nice. And I try and go for widescreen as often as possible, that is, the borderless art treatments, but some just look good as default too, including things like Cabal Coffer. Very nice. Now, this does mean that the land base is probably one of the more expensive portions of the deck, largely because of that underground sea that you saw there. But the rest of the deck is built around clone. Now, the thing with the Gyruda is when it enters the battlefield, you get to steal your opponent's even mana value creatures that get milled. And I don't want to steal my opponent's creatures. No, I want my own creatures coming in as copies of Gyruda. So if I can flip a clone or pay less than 6 mana for a copy of Gyruda, we're getting ahead in this deck. And you see things like Panharmonicon and Quasi-Duplicate, because we're really looking to get as many Gyruda triggers as possible. Now, I do include some special frames in here, like Mirror Box or that Brainstorm you saw, and that's because I really like those treatments. But where I can, I use modern frames and modern treatments. There are a few in here that I'm looking to change just because they're old frame treatments or they're old arts, and I want to try and get as many of the new arts as possible in here. You are going to see a few non-foils in here, and that's largely because either they don't exist in foil, or because, well, they have foil versions that I don't want to include in the deck, like the Fortnite reskin cards. But otherwise, you'll see original arts and original printings of all of these cards. Very cool to see. Once some of these, like Keen Duelist, are reprinted, I will include them in the deck. Now, you see here things like Demonic Tutor as well. Very nice, very fancy, very bling. I do like that Strixhaven treatment. And some of them you'll see have Planeswalker stamps or date stamps on them if they were pre-release cards too. Now, some of these I'm including in here only because they were pre-release cards I opened, and they're kind of special to me. You'll see a few coming up here in just a second. And some of these were donated by viewers as well, like the Dimir Signet and the Talisman of Dominance. Thanks to fantastic fans and viewers, I was able to complete the foiling on this deck. You'll see some in here as well that were very hard to find for specific reasons. And, well, they were found for me by friends. And this was really a group effort in putting this together, and I do love this deck very much. It's very special to me, a labor of love, and honestly, my favorite deck to play, too. If you like this, and if you like any of my decks, and if you are a fantastic subscriber, be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button now for more cool videos, deck techs, and awesome brews of newly released sets. Thanks everybody, and always, good luck and have fun.